Hi, my name is Lila Chitayat. I'm a 17-year-old senior at the Bishop's School in La Jolla, California. I'm the founder of the Bishop's Global Citizens Club, and I'm currently serving as the Youth Advisory Representative on MONA's advisory board, and I'm also serving as the MONA Foundation's Youth United Nations representative. I first became involved with MONA when my mom introduced me to the organization. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do in terms of community service during my high school career, but this seemed like a really great opportunity to get involved with service on a global scale, not just a local one. And I received the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to visit MONA's project in Manaus, Brazil called AdCam, and this was a really life-changing experience for me. There, I met the founder of AdCam, Fariel, who told me the story of AdCam and how it began as an orphanage when she was taking children off the street and literally into her home, to help give them a home and give them a life that was much different than the one that they were currently having. So this was a very kind of impactful story for me. I didn't quite realize how much passion, how much devotion the people at this project had for helping the kids there. And seeing the fact that this orphanage and Fariel's home had grown into this huge institution serving thousands of students, and all of them are receiving this amazing opportunity to learn and engage and be taught by very qualified teachers and staff there who truly cared about them and their health, really opened my eyes to the fact that, wow, this organization is actually creating such tangible, measurable impact. And I had the chance to see this and be a part of all of this. And that's when things really changed for me. On the plane ride back home, I sat there and I was wondering to myself, how can I stay involved and how can I keep being involved with this organization that's doing so much for these kids? I think also a very kind of important moment for me was when I was visiting AdCam. We got to hear the parents talk about the impact that the school had had on their children, but also their community as a whole. And that's when I realized that the education that was being provided at AdCam was not only affecting the students themselves, but it was helping create a much stronger community in Manaus. And it was impacting everyone the students came into contact with. And that was very, very eye-opening for me. And I didn't realize that education could have this power. And it was something that I'd always taken for granted. I'm so lucky to have the education that I do right now, but I realized that not everyone has this opportunity that I have, to explore their passions and to explore what they want to study in the future and to really contribute to economic advancement in the long term. So I think realizing that what MONA was doing was actually really important and impactful in the long run and in the communities that they were serving made me want to do more and inspired me when I came back home to found my own Global Citizens Club. And that's when I truly became involved with serving MONA. And that's when my connection to MONA really began and kind of grew as a result. I continue to support MONA because I think what really sets MONA apart is the fact that they know that the locals that they're helping at these pre-existing and educational initiatives really know what's best for the community. They trust the locals, they know what's going on. And they're not just there to, kind of swoop in and take advantage of a situation they don't really know what they need or what's happening. They trust that these people understand what problems need to be solved in the communities, and they're working with these people there to really create measurable impact and understand and see what is best for the community. So I think that's something that really does set MONA apart in that aspect, but also that MONA is so willing to, engage with these people and learn from them and celebrate and appreciate the differences that we have as, different people, different cultures coming from different parts of the world, but we're kind of all in this together. We're all working towards solving this issue of universal education and advocating and pushing for gender equality with these educational initiatives that have already been existing for a long time. But I think MONA really gives them the support that they need to grow and, start reaching out to more students and making a stronger impact that they already have been making. But they just need that little push to kind of really spread the impact of their education and what these organizations are planning to do throughout the rest of the community. And that's what really sets MONA apart, is that they know that these organizations know what's best for the community. So that's what makes MONA different in regards to supporting educational initiatives around the world and looking to further universal education. And I think that MONA has also become such a huge part of who I am. Their service has given me a purpose and direction in life that frankly, I didn't have before I was working with Mona. Mona is the reason that I want to pursue a career rooted in humanitarianism and social justice in the future. And I really could not thank them enough for that and for empowering me to realize that I, as a 17-year-old girl, have the power to actually go out there and change lives. It's not something that I ever imagined or could understand or see myself doing. But I think through this, I've realized that I really have the power to advocate and for my voice to be heard in ways that I couldn't imagine, ever being seen or understood before. Especially working with the United Nations through Mona has been a really amazing opportunity for me to really step into the position of a youth advocate and someone who's willing to raise their voice and fight for issues that I'm passionate about. So I really can't thank Mona enough for that. And that's why I continue to support them as well. It's because Mona's played such a formative role in making me who I am today and in founding and making me like someone who's passionate about social justice work and serving the rest of the community and serving the world and fighting for these issues that, education should be right and every single child should have the chance to access education. I could never see myself doing that before. So that's also why I continue to support Mona. And of course, Mona's titles, they've been certified by these truly notable organizations about their credibility and their commitment to their cause. But I think Mona is so much more than just the titles that they hold. They're really a family and they're a community of people who are willing to do whatever it takes to make sure these kids have access to education that they truly do deserve. And recognizing that, despite our differences or despite whatever beliefs we may hold or whatever part of the world we may come from, we're all united in helping, stop the fact that these kids don't have access to the education that they so truly deserve. And that's what makes Mona really special to me. And I just want to encourage everyone out there who's watching this or everyone out there who's looking to find ways to support students in the midst of this pandemic, that Mona really is the organization to go to, because they're also so extremely committed to supporting the people that support them. They're willing to reach out to you and tell you, look, this is where your money is going. This is how many kids you're helping. This is for how long you're helping them for. When I fundraised in my club for Mona, I was always told where the money was going and what kind of impact it was creating. And I wasn't just getting statistics back, I was getting stories back. I was getting, you help this student, reach their full potential and take these art classes and, get these textbooks to study math or science or history or whatever it may be. I was always told what kind of impact I was creating. And that's truly the most rewarding experience that I think a donor can possibly have. And there's so much pressure being put on us as teenagers, to always perform to our best standard. And I think we hold ourselves to such high standards as young people and as youth to, we want to make change. We want to create change, but between studying and a social life and extracurriculars, we feel like as though we don't have time. But I think Mona is really such a big part of my life now that I can't possibly imagine not being engaged in community service beyond high school and beyond college and for the rest of my life. And for that, I will always be eternally grateful to Mona for. So I want to just encourage everyone out there to give to Mona, because I think also this issue of education is, if not the most important thing that we are addressing right now, especially in the midst of this pandemic. Kids need to have access to an education, and just seeing how difficult it was for my own school to transition to online learning, and for schools all around the county to, make this difficult transition to learning virtually. It's been very difficult, and I can't imagine how hard it must be for these schools that are just starting up or that are just trying to get off the ground right now. And they really need access to these resources that we have and that I've had here to really have like the education that they deserve. So I think especially in times like this, giving to Mona is the right choice to make. It's the right choice to make because Mona is working so hard to support the education of children during these really difficult times. And for that, I think that warrants enough. That already just speaks volumes about what Mona is working to do right now, and just being able to see what they're doing in the midst of this pandemic to try and bring people together to support education for children worldwide is really truly inspiring to see.